I'm going to give you an update to the new Dash Rewards tier program. It's replacing Top Dashers. Right now, they're in phase 3 or 4 of March 2024. 52, I believe, markets are a part of this now. We're going to see this trend growing. In this video, I'm going to tell you what you need to know, how this could be beneficial to you, how maybe for some of you it will not be beneficial. And if this is in your market, you're going to have to make a decision on how you want to work DoorDash in 2024. Welcome back to Mr. Bet on You, where we talk about side hustles, betting on yourself, DoorDash, Instacart, Uber Eats, and doing it on your time to make money. Now, listen, I'm going to put some split screens here of what DoorDash is telling us about this program. Now, Top Dasher in these markets is done. Completely done. You're going to have, if you want to see the perks and get some of the high paying orders and be able to dash now, access to early scheduling, VIP support, those kind of things. If those things are important to you and you're in one of these markets, and they're going to continue to roll this out in other markets, okay, you're going to have to keep your AR above 50% minimum. If you are a dasher, I want you guys to hear this very clearly. If you're somebody that's in a large order program and your AR is really low, that program might be taken away from you. I'm not saying it is, but if your AR is 10% and you can't get it up to 50, 70, you might not get access to those large paying orders. That could be a possibility, and some of you guys are seeing that already. Now, what I would say is a piece of advice for somebody that's in these markets and you're seeing these platinum status, rewards, you need to raise your AR to get these high priority, blah, blah, blah. There's gold, silver, platinum being the best. 70% AR, 95% completion, 100 deliveries a month. Really simple, okay? Not that difficult. But if you're somebody with a low AR right now and this hits your marketplace, let me know in the comments. But it might be difficult. DoorDash is saying you're going to have to take some trash, basically, in order to get your AR up. It's rolling. So it's not like you can just end the end of the month like Top Dasher, where some people would do a whole day or two and they would take everything. You can't do that. It's a rolling thing. It's going to change. Like if you're at 50% and then you decline and you're at 49, you're out of the Dash Rewards program in your particular market in 2024. If you're somebody in your marketplace can't sustain really good orders, you don't see a lot of stuff, it might be really difficult for you to raise the AR to the level that they want it. If you're somebody and your AR's in the 40s or 50s and you want to get it up, not that difficult. If you're somebody that's your AR 65 and you want to get first access to high paying orders and you want the Dash Now feature and early access to scheduling, and you're at 65 AR, 5%, not a big deal. You turn earn by time, you turn earn by order, you just take 5, 6, 7 in a row, not the end of the world. But for a lot of dashers, I think a lot of you guys are worried because the AR is really low and you're not going to play DoorDash's games. Hey, listen, I don't necessarily blame you. And if you're somebody that has Instacart or Uber or a lot of other apps or your catering apps, you might not need DoorDash. Some people are going to put DoorDash even further down the list of the apps that they use. That's going to help a lot of you guys that do it full time. A lot of you that are maintaining AR, you might see more opportunity because you might have a decent amount of people in your marketplace that are saying, I'm not doing DoorDash's games. The tier program hit. I'm not willing to try to get the AR up. It's not worth my time. Don't blame me if you feel that way. So I'm not really going to mess with DoorDash anymore. So there's going to be a benefit for some dashers out there that are going to be able to play, that will play DoorDash's game. I'm not telling you to play the game. I'm telling you, you have to look at your marketplace and make this decision. DoorDash is forcing dashers' hands. Now, over a year and a half ago, I reset my AR. I'm in a diamond zone. I'm not in the new Dash Rewards. It's not in my market. Okay, it could come. My AR right now is, I think, is 72. Not a big deal. I'm not concerned about it because I did what I needed to do before. But I know many of you with a low AR are probably not happy that this might have just came to your market this week or last week. It hit an additional 30-something markets in the last week and a half. Are you one of them? How are you going to handle it? I would suggest, if you're somebody with a high or low AR and this hits your marketplace, go to Google, type in DoorDash tier program. The DoorDash will pop right up and you'll see what I've showed you already today and look through it. See what that information is there. Believe what you want to believe. I believe most people, based on what I'm seeing and hearing, the people with low AR are struggling with DoorDash. And if you have a low AR and you have the catering program right now, good. But that might not be the case very long if you don't maintain the stats. The people that I see on the comment sections or content creators that are usually doing okay, that see good orders, their AR is higher. Whether they're in a diamond zone like mine or they're in a new tier program zone. DoorDash is giving you orders based on your acceptance rate. And if you have, in order to stay in the tier program, you got to have your completion rate and keep it above 95 or at least above 90. I don't think that's difficult to do. But right now, and even the average DoorDash driver, many of you might only work 4 or 5 hours a week or 10 hours a week. If you're super part-time like most and your AR is really low and you're a cherry picker and you also do Uber Eats, in order for you to get to that platinum, silver, gold, it might be a struggle for you. Like I said earlier, you're going to have to make a decision. Is this app for you anymore in your marketplace? It might not be. And then for the ones that are going to continue to play the game, keep the AR up, it's not difficult, you still cherry pick, you know what you're doing, you might see actually a benefit. Because a lot of us talk about oversaturation, there's issues. If people are going away from DoorDash because of this tier program, because they can't uphold the stats, that might mean more benefits for the people that already have had the stats. We've been talking about this on this channel for a long time. DoorDash has continually, over the last 6 months, every 6 months, something changes. New programs, they're getting rid of programs, they're prioritizing dashers that facilitate orders on their platform. Cherry picking, the way it used to be, is no longer a thing. You can still do it, but not in the same fashion. These are just facts. I don't like that DoorDash has these programs. I don't agree with them, but I understand why they do it. They're a business. And they understand most people do this very little for a very short amount of time, and they're not going to make decisions based on you and I and some of the OGs or the veteran drivers, because they know if we've been doing this long enough, we'll continue to work the app, or we'll adapt, or we'll stop. And if we stop, they got a whole bunch of people ready to take your place. 2024 is going to be the time that many of you are going to have to decide, I'm going to continue with DoorDash, I'm going to adapt and strategize, or I'm going to say bye to DoorDash and say, I'm not playing the games. This isn't independent contractor work. This isn't what I signed up for. I don't want to be told I got to do this in order to see something good. And for all you dashers with low AR, if you're continuing to have success with the app and they're still feeding you decent orders, fantastic. But for many of you, those days will be not normal. What do you guys think about this? Are you one of the new markets in the last week and a half, the additional 32 markets that the Dasher Rewards program has hit? What do you think about it? What results are you having? And how are you going to adapt? Or are you going to throw DoorDash to the side and try something else? One thing I think we need to remember, Uber has a very similar program, right? But a lot of Uber drivers still, I think their program is, they still send you good stuff with a lower AR. The benefits are a little different. Instacart has the Diamond Shopper. They have a tier program as well. I think we're going to see ratings continuing to matter, or at least the companies are going to say that. Because when DoorDash does something, or Uber, one of the big companies do things, it tends to trickle down. The other companies follow suit because they see, for them, the advantage and the benefit. In 2024, with impending legislation, new Dasher programs, Uber Eats programs, Instacart programs, we as independent contractors, or whatever we call ourselves, are going to have to make decisions. Are you going to play the game and figure out how to play it to your benefit, or are you going to quit? These are things you're going to have to do. DoorDash, for many people, will continue to be the app that they don't work because they don't like the games. They don't like the programs. For those of you that have been adapting and don't mind the programs and you see it as a benefit, and for some of you in your markets, depending on your market, you might see a benefit and your earnings could actually go up for some of you guys. If it comes to my market, it looks like it'll be easier for me to probably get into the large order program, which I'm not in yet. I have no problem with it. For me, the way I've adapted, a little bit for you new guys, I'll take a $4 or $5 order going a mile or two, depending on the time of day. That allows me to keep the AR up. I also select orders that might be like that from places that the probability of them adding a stack on is high. Papa John's, even Chick-fil-A, Panera, St. Louis Bread Company. Places like that, when I accept a single, they usually add on something, and most of the time, it's worth my while. AR goes up. There's things you could do to protect your account so that you can still have access to good orders, early scheduling, and all the things that might matter to some of you guys. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm painting a picture of what's happening so you guys can be ready and prepared. The tier programs, the dash rewards, these things are going to happen. It's not gonna go away. It's gonna continue to be that way. And if legislation gets pushed in, they can use these programs as a way, because then we become more like employee hybrid type model. They can use these programs on a almost like an employee, like this employee's not as good, so we're not going to give them as much. This one's more highly rated. It looks like that's where we're going. I don't like it, but the time of crying and whining and complaining and just throwing away an app because it is an opportunity, those days are gone. The people that are being successful, in my opinion, especially with the DoorDash app and many others, are the ones that are willing to adapt and re-strategize. DoorDash is going to do everything in their power to get these low-ball orders delivered, the non-tippers, the high mileage. They're going to do that. Think about it like this. 50% AR to me isn't that difficult if you strategize and start looking at the app a little bit differently. Some of us are going to have to make a decision. It is what it is. You guys tell me your opinions down below. What do you think is going to happen? What are you going to do? And are we ever going to go back to the days where AR didn't matter? I don't think so. Those days are long gone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you like this video or others, check out this one here. Consider hitting subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments.